Almighty Father. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. We give thanks to you, Lord, for this day and all the blessings we have enjoyed. We pray that you will favor the work we accomplish in this online class and grant us the fortitude, patience, and bravery to overcome any difficulties that may arise. Bless us and our professor with the insight to benefit from one another. Please bestow upon us a discerning intellect, retentive memory, technique, and ease in learning, the clarity to comprehend, and an abundance of our grace in communication. We ask this in the name of Jesus, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, ako sa out nga sa kini echo. So we ended with the previous group in exercise 1-9. Kindly show your answer for exercise 1-9. Kinsa nga cluster assigned ani? Pwede padak-an ang font size kay di na ko maklaro sa akong end. Di na ko mabasa. Okay, kana. Okay ra na. So, ako sang i-check ha inyong answer kung correct ba. So, number 1 is 9,300, check. Number 2 is 16,600, check. Number 3 is 7,500, check. Number 4 is 1,200, correct. Number 5 is 9,600, check. Number 6, that's 20,200, check. Number for the gross profit in June. Sige, go down. Okay, the gross profit in June is 4,800, correct? While the gross profit in July is 10,100, check. Then for the journal entries, to record the finished goods or the cost of goods sold, which is 20,200, and then maghimo mog journal entry, di man guna butangan og month sa ibabaw. Nganong naamoy, unsa nang sa pinakaubos? Work in process, finished goods, niyo gross profit. So ano mo good na inyong computation sa taas? Nganong naana diha sa ubos? What for? So work in process for each month, finished goods for each month, and the gross profit for May and June. Inyo ramang gi-repeat ang answers nga tuwa sa taas. No need. You're only asked to prepare the journal entry or entries reflecting the cost of the completed jobs in June. So cost of the completed jobs in June. What are the jobs completed in June? What are the jobs completed in June? O, di na, katubag.
Job 71 and 73 na.
Correct. Job 71 and 73 were completed in June. That's why your finished goods at the end of June total 20,200. So once completed, that will be debited to finished goods inventory and credit work in process inventory. Nabaligya ba si 71 o 73 in June? Mo nang dili kay mo katubag dayon kay you have not made the sige. Balik sa taas be. So under column H, H3. Sa H3, you put there the heading started. Go to H3, write the heading, center heading started. Sige, type started. Sa H3, heading gani. Center heading. You. Imo man gi-erase. Oh, i-center heading siya. Kana. Okay, on column I, you write completed. Center heading gihapon. Then column J, you write sold. Sold. Then sa next column, still in process. Pwede na i-abbreviate SIP. Still in process. Okay. At the center of the four columns, above. Above. Okay. At the center of the four columns, you write the word month in capital letters. Center heading. Okay. So now let's have Asa imong job order? Time pa. Go to the left side. Wala kay gibutang nga job number. Sige. In column G, G3, butangi og JO number. J3, G3. GO, kana. Insakto ra. Ay, palibig lapad. Kana. G3. You write job or job number. Center heading gihapon. Sharp sign na lang. Sharp. Sharp sign ka na. I-center heading. Okay. Sige. Write down the job number. So, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. Magsunod. Excuse. Okay. So, let's start with job 70. In what month have you started job 70? In what month have you started job 70? Kanus gisugdan pagtrabaho si job 70. Unsa nga man?
April, ma'am.
Correct. So put it there, April. Then, was it completed the following month? Job 70 pa ta. Was it completed in May?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
So put there May. Was it sold in June? Nabaligya ba sa June ang job 70?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, completed sa May, so that means dili siya still in process. Nakompleto naman. Nya gibaligya the following month which is June. So, SIP, leave it blank. Okay, let's go to job 71. What month have you started job 71? Based on the given information, we are analyzing each job. April, correct. Was it completed in June?
Yes, ma'am. June, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it was completed in June. Was it sold in July?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So ang status ni Job 71, pag April, gisugdan. Wa mahuman, pag May, wa gihapon nahuman. Nahuman na siya pag June. The following month, nabaligya. Isn't it? Okay, do the same thing for job 72, 73, 74. Job 72 na. Started in what month? Started April. Completed in April. Was it sold? Yes, it was sold in May. Yung anong wa ma-center heading si May. Okay, next. Job 73. Started in May. Completed in June. Was it sold? It was sold in July. Correct. Next, job 74. Started in May. Nahuman, wala. Job 74, nahuman, wala.
No, ma'am.
Wala. Wa mahuman. So kung wa mahuman, still in process. Di ba? So ato kas last column. So still in process, in what month siya still in process? In June. Gisugdan pag May, wa mahuman. Pag June, wa gihapon nahuman, so still in process. So wala ma-completed, the more nga wa sad ma so. Gets?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's answer number 1. What is the balance in work in process inventory at the end of each month? So in other words, for number 1, how much is the work in process inventory on April 30? So look at your analysis there. Which job or jobs were not yet completed in April? Which jobs were not yet completed in April? Si jobs, tulo ka jobs ang gisugdan in April. 70, 71, 72. Pag May, nanay nahuman. Pag May, nanay nahuman, which is job 70. So kung nahuman siya sa May, that means sa April, wa pa siya nahuman. Di ba? For job 71, started in April, but completed in June. So as of April, it is still in process. Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Si job 72 started and completed in April. So dili siya still in process pag April. Nahuman man. Nasugdan yan, nahuman sad in the same month of April. Therefore, of the 3 jobs started in April, which of the 3 are still in process in April?
Job 71, ma'am.
Job number?
71.
70 and 71.
Yes, 70 and 71. Sa job 70, what was the total cost incurred in April? Given man ang amount. Sa job 70, what is the total cost incurred in April?
5,200.
Correct, 5,200. While job 71, ang April cost is
4,100.
4,100. Therefore, the total cost of the 2 jobs still in process in April 30 is 9,300.
300.
Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Let's go to the month of May. Which job is still in process in May? Ang wa mahuman sa May. Which job are still in process in May? Job number
73 and 74, ma'am.
71.
Sige. What are the jobs still in process in May?
71, 73, 74, ma'am.
Correct.
Seven-
Job 71,
Yeah.
73, and 74. Sa job 71, pilay April cost.
4,100.
4,100. Pilay iyang cost sa May. O DDI, wala labot sa May, kaya kompleto naman, di ba? So, cost last April for job 71 was 4,100 plus the April cost for job, the costs in May for job 71 is pilay 71 nga cost
3,900.
3,900. So the total cost already incurred for job 71 as of May for 1 plus 39, that would be 8,000.
8,000.
Total cost already incurred as of May for job 71 is 8,000. Plus job 73 started in May but not yet completed in May, di ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
pilay cost ni job 73 in May.
4,700.
700, ma'am.
Pilay cost ni job 74 in May.
3,000.
3,900.
ma'am.
So adding 8,000 for job 71. Job 73, 4,700 plus job 74, 3,900. The total accumulated cost for the unfinished job is
16,600.
10,600. That's why you got that answer as your work in process on May 31. Next, let us determine the work in process as of June 30. Remember, work in process represents the cost of the unfinished jobs that are already accumulated as of the cutoff date, June 30. So what are the jobs still in process in June?
Job number 74, ma'am.
Only job 74. Job 74 was started in
May, ma'am.
May.
May.
And the cost last May for job 74 was? Cost last May,
3,900.
3,900. Plus the costs incurred in June for job 74 is? Cost in June,
7,500.
3,600.
3,600.
1,600.
Cost last month plus the cost added this month. So the total accumulated cost of the unfinished job 74 is how much?
7,500.
7,500. Gets niyo?
Yes, ma'am.
Usaray nakagets kay usaray nitubag.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Usaray nitubag.
Yes, yes.
Okay, next question. What is the balance in finished goods inventory at the end of each month? Finished goods inventory represents the cost of the completed job at the end of month. So cost na sa completed job. So cost in the previous month plus the cost added this month. So as of April 30, to answer number 4, pilay finished goods inventory on April 30. So what are the jobs still already complete in April?
Job 72.
Only jobs
Only
two
72.
with the April cost of how much?
1,200.
1,200.
1,200.
Okay.
1,200.
I-highlight sad ang 1,200. Mas kilid oh. O kana. Next. Let us determine your finished goods inventory on May 30. So, what are the what job was completed in May?
Job number
Job
70.
70.
70.
Job
Only job 70?
and 72.
Hmm? 72?
Job 70 ra, ma'am.
72?
70 lang.
72 completed April pa. Humana. Unsa man na oy.
Job
Sa
70 ra,
kompleto
ma'am.
last month,
70.
di na siya mahimong dili makumpleto the following month. Humana good siya niagi sa stage of completion na human na good siya pag last month si job 72. So the only jobs completed in May is
Job number 70.
job number 70. More may completed in May, di ba? Okay. So si job 70 started in April but completed in May. So what was the April cost or cost last month ni job 70?
5,200.
5,200.
500 plus the costs incurred this month in May.
4,400.
4,400.
4,100.
Oh, so 52 plus 44. O i-highlight
9,600.
na diha. Okay na.
9,000.
So you get the total cost of the completed job 70 in May, 9,600. Okay, number 6. How much is the finished goods inventory on June 30? So cut-off date June 30. What are the jobs completed in June?
Job
Job
number 70.
71 and
And
73.
73.
And
71 and 73 lang. Okay. For job 71, pilay total accumulated cost as of June 30. For job 71, pilay total accumulated cost as of June 30.
11,000, ma'am.
11,000.
How did you get 11,000?
From April, 4,100 plus May, 3,900 plus on June, 3,000 equals
Correct.
11,000.
So 11,000 ang costs already incurred in the for job 71. What about ni job 73? Pilay total accumulated cost ni job 73?
9,200.
9,200.
How did you arrive 9,200?
May, 4,700 plus 4,500 in June.
Correct. So adding 11,000 for job 71 and 9,200 for job 73. Therefore, the total cost of the completed jobs in June is 20,200. Gets niyo?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go to the next one. How did you get the gross profit for June? How did you get the gross profit in June? What job was sold in June? What job was sold in June?
Job number 70, ma'am.
Only job 70. Pilay total cost of job 70 sold in June. Cost of job 70 sold in June. Pila? Pilay total cost ni job 70?
9,600, ma'am.
9,600.
How did you get that? You add 52 and 44? Job 70 man ka. Did you add 52 and 44?
Yes, ma'am.
So the total cost of job 70 sold in June is 9,600. Cost pa na of the job sold. CGS na sa June. But we're asking for the gross profit man. So to get the gross profit, that is the difference between sales and cost of goods sold. And to get the amount of, so if you're, diba, look at the last statement. It says each job was sold for 50% above its cost in the month following completion. So this last statement will tell you that your CGS percentage is your 100%. It was selling at 50% above your cost of goods sold. So 50% above sa 100% is 150%. That is your sales percentage. So if the sales percentage is 150% minus cost of goods sold, which is 100%, therefore your gross profit percentage or the gross profit rate is wala kasubay. Again, diba? Each job was sold for 50% above its cost. So ang 50% is not based on sales but based on cost. So if based on cost, your CGS percentage is your basis. That is your 100%. Therefore, ang imong sales percentage is
150.
150% based on cost. Diba? Okay, that's after above 100% man, no? So 50% above its cost, so 50% above 100%. That's why your sales percentage becomes 150%. So if your sales percentage is 150%, your cost of goods sold percentage is 100%. Therefore, your gross profit rate or the gross profit percentage is
50%, ma'am.
50% based on what? The 50% is based on what? Based on sales or based on cost?
Based on sales, ma'am.
Wrong. Di
Ay,
man
cost.
100% ang atong sales? Samang ka, lipong. Ah. Based on cost of goods sold. So kung ang basis ang cost of goods sold may imong 100%. Nya ang imong sales 50% above cost man. Therefore your sales percentage becomes 150%. So sales percentage 150% minus CGS percentage 100% equals your gross profit percentage or the gross profit rate based on cost is 50%. That is why your computation there in number 7 is 50% times the cost of job 70. Job 70, unsa to'y na sold in June? Only job 70.
Only job 70.
Correct. So cost of job 70 sold in June is 96. So 96 times 50% will give you the gross profit of 4,800 pesos in June. Nakasabot?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Kaya po
Yes,
inito.
ma'am.
Okay, sige, next. July. For the month of July, how much is the gross profit? Okay, unahon sa nato ang jobs completed in July. What are the jobs completed in July?
71 and 73.
71 and 73. Pilay total cost ni 71 and 73 completed in July? O completed di ay completed and sold in July. So unsay nabaligya in July? Job number
71 and 73.
correct, 71 and 73. Nya pilay total accumulated cost sa duha ka jobs?
20,200.
20,200.
1,200. So multiply the total cost of job 71 and 73 sold in July. So 20,200 times the gross profit rate of 50% equals 10,100. So that's the answer for the July gross profit. Is that understood?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Para di maglibog ang uban mo nang wa katubag, wa katingog. Sige. Adto ta sa age 28. Isuwat sa age 28 ang S. Capital S. Ya, sa sunod nga line, CGS. Minus, no, next line. Hindi man good next column. Minus CGS. Yeah, the next line, GP. Gross profit. Okay. Go to I-29. Go to I-29, put there 100%. Based on cost man, di man siya based on sales. Kung based on sales, ang sales may 100%. Pero based on cost man. Therefore, ang sales percentage, put there 150%. Yeah, sa CGS percentage, draw the single borderline. Borderline, single. Okay, so bring down the balance. So mo na gross profit rate. 50% is the gross profit rate based on cost, not based on sales. Okay, next. The journal entries to record the cost of the completed job in June. What job was completed in June?
Job 73.
70.
1 and 73.
71 and 73.
173. Okay. So the total cost of both 71 and 73 is 20,200. So once they are completed, you will write the entry debit finished goods 20,200. Ilisay na imong cost of goods sold diha. Taas, taas, taas. Debit FGI, finished goods inventory. Taas, taas. Kanang green. Debit FGI, finished goods inventory, 20,200. Credit, asa gikan ang finished goods inventory. Gikan sa work in process. So, credit, ayaw lang sa column C. Adto ka sa tunga sa column B. Gamay lang ang indention. Basta kay maklaro lang ang indention. Credit, work in process, inventory. WIP, inventory. Space bar. Space bar. Kana. Kana, asawang kano. Sige. So, explanation for that entry is cost of the completed job 71 and 73. Ubos ang explanation sa entry. Indent from the credited account. Indent from the credited account. Nga nung imo man tong gi-erase. Indent from work in process. Space bar. Cost of the completed job 71 and job 73. Okay, kana. Then after that, di ba nabaligya man si 71 o 73? Was it sold in June? No.
July, ma'am.
Nabaligya in July. Pero ang gipangayo nga entry is only to reflect the cost of the completed jobs in June. So once completed, mo ni mong entry. Debit finished goods inventory and credit work in process. So these two jobs were completed in June but sold in July. Di ba? So ato na ka sa July, mag-debit og cost of goods sold 2,200 and credit finished goods inventory. Na-out naman, kay mo mang gibaligya. Mo nang nag-debit kag cost of goods sold. So butangig date ang imong first entry. Ang imong debit to finished goods and credit work in process, that will be dated June 30 of the current year, 2023. Tangig date. Niya, pag July 20, 30 rather, July 31 rather, July 31, 2023, dito na nabaligya. Sinigbaligya ng duha ka jobs nga nahuman last June, your entry is debit, cost of goods sold, debit CGS, and credit, finished goods inventory. Klaro kay mong wa maanad o gamit o spreadsheet or worksheet. Kay hinay kay mag-encode. Are you not using spreadsheet in your other accounting classes? As future accountants, you should know how to use the spreadsheet as a tool. Sige, what is your explanation for the entry on July 31? Go to line 37. Unsa may explanation na? Cost of jobs 71 and 73 sold in July. Cost of jobs 71 and 73 sold in July. Okay, kana. Although ang gipangayo rabia ang kanang June 30 ra nga entry. Ako lang gipabutang diha ang entry sa July 31 so that you will know nga once the job is sold, that will be your entry. You record the cost of goods sold by debiting cost of goods sold and credit finished goods inventory. So is that understood?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Any questions? Pantay bitaw ginig exam di katubag ha? Siya sa kadaghang exercises niya di walang gihapoy masabtan no. Saon? Sige. We go to exercise 1-10. Compute the following balances on October 31. Your answer for number 1, ang materials inventory on October 31 is 4,200. Check. Number 2, the work in process inventory on October 31 is 16,100. Check. Number 3, the finished goods inventory on October 31 is 14,000. Check. In number 4, the cost of goods sold on October 31 is 60,500. And lastly, the amount of under or over applied overhead. Your answer here is over applied overhead, which is 2,500. Okay, all your answers are correct. Now it's your turn to explain how you arrived at those answers.
For exercises 1-10, we are required to compute the following balances on October 31. For the material inventory, you would first have to get the cost of the purchased raw materials of 25,000 pieces at 1 pesos and 20 cents, which is
1 pesos?
1 peso and 20 cents, sorry ma'am, which is 30,000 pesos. Then
Correct.
get the total used materials for all the job orders, which is 4,000 plus 3,600 plus 7,000 plus 3,200 plus 8,000 is equal to 25,800. Then we would have to get the difference in order to know what is left in the material inventory. 30,000 less 25,800 is 4,200 pesos.
Okay. Correct. So, ang 30,000 ang material purchases, ang ilang gipalit nga materyales. Nya sa ilang gipalit, ang gigamit nga materials costed 25,800. So, ang nahibilin, mauna ang unused materials, which will remain in your asset account called materials inventory. Okay, next.
For the work process inventory, we would only have to calculate the job order that is not yet complete, which is job order number 505. 8,000 for the materials, 3,600 for the direct labor cost, 4,500 for the cost of the direct labor hours, which is 2 pesos and 50 cents per direct labor hour, multiplied.
Time pa. Kanang to get the total cost of the unfinished job, which is job 505, add the materials used, direct labor cost, and its overhead applied to job 505. And the applied overhead for job 505 is computed by multiplying the direct labor hours used by job 505, which is 1,800, multiplied by the standard overhead rate or the applied overhead rate of 2.5 per DLR, as mentioned in the second statement sa opening paragraph. So when you multiply 1,800 DLRs by 2.5 per DLR, you get how much?
4,500, ma'am.
4,500, ma'am.
Okay, that is your applied overhead. So 8,000 plus 3,600 plus, pila to? Ang applied overhead?
4,500.
4,500. Add all those three, you'll get
16,100, ma'am.
as what?
As the work in process inventory.
As of what date?
October 31.
Correct. As of October 31. Okay, continue. Number 3.
For the finished goods inventory, since it was stated that job orders number 501, 502, and 503 were already sold, we will only compute job order 504. So we have materials amounting to 3,200 pesos, direct labor cost for 4,800 pesos, and
Applied
6,000 pesos for applied overhead, which is 2 pesos and 50 cents per direct labor hour multiplied to 2,400 direct labor hours. When totaled, finished goods inventory amounts to 14,000 pesos.
correct. Next. Number
Get
4.
the cost of goods sold. We simply add the total material cost, total direct labor cost, and the applied overhead. To get the total material cost, we just add 4,000 plus 3,600 plus 7,000 plus this came from job orders 501, 502, 503 under materials. It does not include 504 and 505. So adding it all is equal to 14,600. Now to get the total labor cost, we just did the same thing. We simply add 6,000 plus 5,400 plus 9,000. The total is 20,400. Next is applied overhead. We add 3,000 plus 2,700 plus 4,500. The total is 10,200. This 10,200, we will multiply it by 2.50 to get the applied overhead of 25,500. Now we simply add them. 14,600 plus 20,400 plus 25,500. The total is 60,500, and that is the cost of goods sold.
Okay, correct. Next.
Now, the applied overhead. To get it, we simply deduct the actual overhead cost from the total cost of for the applied overhead for all job orders. To get the total cost for labor hours for all job orders, we simply add all job orders under direct labor hours. So 3,000 plus 2,700 plus 4,500 plus 2,400 plus 1,800, and the total is 14,400, which will be multiplied by the standard overhead, which is 2.50. You got the answer of 36,000. Now to get the actual overhead cost, we simply add 18,500, which is the variable, to 15,000, which is the fixed, to get the total of 33,500. Now we deduct 36,000 minus 33,500. The answer is 2,500, and that is the over applied overhead.
How do you know it's over applied overhead?
If the answer is positive, ma'am.
Hmm?
Wait,
Positive 25. Again,
wait, ma'am.
to answer number 5, you compare the actual overhead with the applied overhead. In letter C, add the actual variable overhead and the actual fixed overhead. The total actual overhead is 33,500. Compare this actual overhead of 33,500 with the applied overhead, which is arrived at by multiplying all the DLRs for the 5 job orders. Pila to'y total sa DLRs of the 5 job orders?
36,000, ma'am.
Okay, 36,000 direct labor hours multiplied by the rate, overhead rate per DLR, which is 2.5. So 36,000 times 2.5 equals pila?
Ay, the total DLR, ma'am, is 14,400, and then 14,400 times 2.5 is 36,000.
So 36,000 pesos is the total applied overhead for all the job orders.
Yes, ma'am.
Compare the actual overhead with the applied overhead. Because the actual overhead is less than the amount of overhead applied to production, which is 36,000. So there is a difference of 2,500 pesos, which is positive or negative?
Positive, ma'am.
Positive. 33,500 minus 36,000, positive. Actual overhead is 33,500 minus the applied overhead of 36,000, difference negative. Mas gamay man gud si actual. So kung gamay si actual overhead, gamay ra ilang gibayran, gamay ra ilang na spend for overhead compared to what was budgeted or what was applied to production. So there is a difference of 2,000 negative 2,500. Kay negative man, you call it over applied overhead. Kung negative, meaning deductible siya from cost of goods sold for the period, for the month of October. But if actual overhead is greater than the applied overhead, the difference is positive, and that positive amount represents the under applied overhead. Kay gamay man si applied, kay kang actual. So under applied, so positive. So kay positive man, it will be added to your cost of goods sold at standard cost, that is your unadjusted cost of goods sold. So from the unadjusted cost of goods sold, add the under applied overhead. But if you have over applied overhead, it will be subtracted in order to get the adjusted CGS. And the adjusted CGS is also known as CGS at actual cost. Gets niyo?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Pero ang
ma'am.
visual learners, murag wa mutingog na pod. Sige. Visual learners can learn only, can understand fast if they see something. Because to see is to believe. Di ba? Maunay motto sa visual learners. To see is to believe. And when they see the computation, that's the time that they will believe that the answer is right. So put it there in your worksheet, in your spreadsheet. So it would be in B28. Go to B28. Put there ako. Capital A, gamay nga C, dako nga O. Ako stands for actual overhead. Sige. Pwede i-transfer na lang si ako sa A28. A28. Cut and paste. Kana. Okay, pilay atong actual overhead in this exercise. The actual overhead is 33,500. Butang dia refer to letter C. Yeah, refer to letter C. Sige. Yeah, go to A29. Minus apo for applied overhead. Capital A, gamay nga P, dako nga O. Okay. Anong wani mo butangig pilay amount sa actual overhead? Yeah, pilay amount sa applied overhead. Single line after 36,000. Butangig minus sign before 36,000. Meaning you're going to deduct the 36,000. Okay, kana. Draw a single line, bring down the balance. Label the balance as applied overhead. Ato ang label sa column A. Cut and paste, applied. Okay, kana. Dali, masabtan, di ba? Oh. So when the actual overhead is less than applied overhead, the difference is applied overhead, which should be deducted from cost of goods sold. Okay? But if the actual overhead is greater than the applied overhead, the difference is called under applied overhead. So, sa ubos, ato sa A32, put there CGS, unadjusted CGS there, unadjusted CGS. Or CGS at standard cost. Or ayo i-slash kay maingon niya i-divide kana. Or CGS at sign at standard cost. Sige, butangig amount. Katong 60,500. I-adjust na lang ang width sa column A para mabasa. Kana. Yeah, on the next line, you put there less applied overhead. $2,500. Single line after that, bring down the balance. So label the 58,000 as adjusted CGS or CGS at actual cost. Tangig or CGS at actual cost. So end of the period rana nimo i-adjust si CGS. End of the accounting period i-adjust si CGS. So is that understood, class?
Yes,
If
ma'am.
if
Yes,
upon
Yes,
ma'am.
comparing actual overhead and applied overhead, the difference is positive, you call it under applied. So kung under applied, it will be added to your unadjusted CGS in order to get the adjusted CGS. Okay, so we're done with exercise 1-10. Okay, let's go to the last exercise. Yay! Ato na tas last. Inyo gyapong cluster? Dili na.
Dili na, ma'am.
Dili na, pero naman may answer lagi oh.
We collected all, I collected all the answers, ma'am. Para
Okay,
sa
sige.
na para dito na ang presentation.
Okay, so show us the answers for exercise 1-11. Ayo sa problem A. Ato sa tas 1-11. Okay. Number 1, what is your answer? Kindly read.
Number 1 is letter C, Miss, 110,000.
Correct. Number 2,
Letter A, 165,000.
check. Number 3,
Letter B, 382,000.
correct. 4,
Letter A, 41,000.
check. Number 5,
Letter D, 1,000.
correct. Letter D as in dog. So that is under or over applied?
Under applied, Miss.
Correct. Under applied. Number 6,
Letter D, 21,000.
correct. 10,
Letter A, 5,000.
check. And number 8,
Letter B, 0.10.
or 10 centavos
10.
per unit. So number 9,
Letter C, 6,000.
check. Number 10,
Letter D, 350. Oh, 350,000.
letter
D, dog.
dog.
Yeah. Ano yun?
350. Saan na yung 350? Uy. Huh? 350? Wrong.
We're not sure bito ano, Miss. Scanning item.
Okay. You are going to use the high and low points method. Okay. Can you tell us how you get the answer for 8?
Number
Okay.
8 is, okay, so since number 8, it is asking for the variable rate per unit of factory supplies. And we all know that factory supplies is a semi-variable cost, and therefore we will use,
Variable cost.
again, Miss?
How do you know that factory supply is a variable cost?
It was stated man, and the problem is na it was a semi-variable cost.
Stated nga may variable cost.
Mm.
O dili day variable cost. Dili siya pure variable
Oh,
cost.
yeah, it's not a variable cost, Miss. It is a semi-variable cost.
Okay.
That's why we will use the high-low method para ma-segregate ang iyang fixed and variable component.
Correct. So, budgeted production cost in the first column, that is based on the budgeted production volume of 140,000 units. Whereas in the second column, that is based on 160,000 units as budgeted nga production. So, in terms of the budgeted production costs, the amount varies materials, labor, and the amount varies between the two activity levels or production volume for material, labor, factory supplies, light, and power. So only other factory overhead remains the same. So that is an indication that our purely fixed overhead here is the other factory overhead of 25,000. For materials and labor, they are considered purely variable cost. Now, as mentioned in the problem, heat, light, and water, together with factory supplies, are semi-variable cost, meaning these two items, factory supplies, heat, light, and power, contains a portion that is fixed and another portion that is also variable. So you use the high and low points method to be able to determine how much is the variable cost rate and how much is the total fixed cost contained in those two mixed costs or semi-variable costs. So for factory supplies being a mixed cost or semi-variable cost, it would be factory supplies at the highest point is 30,000. Did you get it?
Yes,
Yes, miss.
Factory supplies at the highest point is 30,000 pesos minus factory supplies at the lowest point, 28,000. Get the difference. So the differential cost is 2,000 pesos. Highest activity level or the highest production volume is 160,000 units minus the lowest point or the lowest activity level, 140,000 units. So the difference in units is 20,000 units. So divide, so using the high and low points method, divide the difference in cost by the difference in units or difference in activity level equals the variable cost rate. The variable cost rate or the variable overhead rate. So mauna na ang inyong gipakita diha. No. For factory supplies. So it would be difference sa 30,000 o 28,000 is 2,000. So mao na differential cost 2,000 divided by differential or difference in units or difference in activity level 20,000 units. So 2,000 pesos divided by 20,000 units will give you 10 centavos per unit of factory supplies. Mo nang gi-highlight nga variable cost rate. So at the lowest point, the total cost of factory supplies is 28,000 minus the variable cost of factory supplies. You multiply the variable cost rate of 10 centavos per unit by the lowest activity level, which is 140,000 units. So that gives you 14,000 as the variable cost of factory supplies. So total cost 28,000, that's TC, minus the TVC of 14,000 will give you the TFC, total fixed cost of 14,000. Kana if you use the lowest activity level or the lowest point. If you just consider the highest point, then it would be total cost of factory supplies at the highest point or highest activity level, 30,000 pesos, minus the variable cost of factory supplies. That is, you multiply the variable cost rate of 10 centavos by the highest point of 160,000 units equals 16,000. So total cost, TC, 30,000 minus the TVC of 16,000 equals the TFC of 14,000. So whether you use the highest or the lowest point, your total fixed cost remains the same at 14,000. but the TVC varies because of the different activity level that you use. So is that understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that is how the 10 centavos na variable rate per unit sa factory supplies is computed for number 8. Then for number 9, you do the same thing, no? Difference in cost 4,000 divided by difference in units 20,000 units. So you get the variable cost rate for heat, light, and power 20 cents per unit. So get the total cost at the highest point minus the TVC at the highest point will give you the TFC at the highest point, which is 6,000. But if you use the lowest point, then total cost at the lowest point minus the TVC at the lowest point equals the total fixed cost still at 6,000 pesos. That's why that's the answer for number 9. Now, in number 10, sige, Candy, scroll down. Okay. For number 9, we are asked to get the estimated manufacturing cost at a production level of 150,000 units. Okay, so it would be start with materials. Kindly write it in column E, capital M. Sige, M for materials. Okay. When the actual production volume is 150,000 units. Multiply that by the material cost per unit. Unsaon na to pag-compute sa material cost per unit? It would be at the highest point, 96,000 pesos divided by production volume 160,000 units equals pilay material cost per unit.
0.6.
96,000 pesos divided by 160,000 units. Pila?
0.6.
0.6.
6. 6, ma'am.
Ay, to get the material cost per unit using high and low points, it would be material cost at the highest point minus the material cost at the lowest point divided by the difference in units. So what is 96,000 minus 84,000 divided by the difference between 160,000 units and 140,000 units?
0.6, ma'am.
0.6, correct. So to get the material cost at 150,000 units, multiply 0.6 by 150,000 units equals
90,000, ma'am.
90,000. So the 1,000 there. Okay. Sa materials na ha, ibalhin na lang ng M sa line, unsa na siya nga line? 121? Diha. Okay. So label the 0.6 as material cost per unit. On the right side of 0.6. Right side of 0.6, butang yung material cost per unit. Okay. Next. Add to ta sa E122. Labor. So difference in labor cost divided by difference in units. So 20,000 divided by 20,000 will give you the variable rate of 1 peso per unit, di ba? So 150,000 units times 1 peso. Ayaw. Ayaw ibutan sa 90,000. Ato ka sa column F. Isuwat ang computation. It is 160,000 minus 140,000 divided by 160,000 minus 140,000. F122 ka, isuwat ang computation. F122. F122, uy. Asa na imong F122? Nga, enclose that in parentheses, then times 150,000 units. Or pwede sad, magunay mong 150,000 units times the result of 20,000 divided by 20,000. Butangig kama. Ang 90,000 ug 150,000. Okay. Next. Factory supplies. FS. FS na lang. Sige, computation. Mixed cost money. So, pilay atong variable cost component sa factory supplies.
0.10.
Okay, 0.1. So, enclose that in parentheses. So, 0.1 times 150,000 units, enclose in parentheses, add the fixed cost element, which is 14,000. So, FC plus VC siya. Fixed cost plus variable cost equals, pilay total cost sa factory supplies at 150,000 units. Pilay result diha. 20?
29,000.
9,000.
2 million. Pila mo na, uy. Daghan na gusto, anak. Sa'yo?
29,000.
Okay. Format with the comma. Next, HLP, heat, light, and power. Pila yung, in parentheses, pila yung variable cost rate sa heat, light, and power? 0. Anak.
0.2, ma'am.
Correct. Then it times na siya sa 150,000 units. Then after the close parentheses, add pilay fixed cost portion sa HLP. 6,000.
6,000.
Utangi og plus 6,000. Ana. So, equal,
36,000.
butangig 36,000.
36.
And the last one, other FO. Other FO. Other factory overhead. Okay. Fixed cost man na siya of how much?
25,000.
Purely fixed cost siya. So you write 25,000. Why kama imong 36,000 lagi? O itupong si 25,000 dito sa G, column G. Nga single line after that, bring down the total. Single line after that. Di ba dapat ang amount right align, dili center? Why comma? Okay. Single line after 25,000, bring down the total. So 330,000 pesos, label that as total production costs at 150,000 units. Total production costs at 150,000 units. Okay, that's why the answer in number 10 is letter C. Gets niyo?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
So we are done with the last exercise in chapter 1. So in my next class, we will take up na the remaining problems. So I will meet the I group. Unsa mo? 6 man mo, no?
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
So sa group 7 nako i-discuss ang problems. Kung di mahuman ang problems with group 7, then the continuation will be taken up in by group 9. So today we will be able to finish all the exercises and problems. Therefore, next week, mag-exam ta after I will discuss chapter 2, which is all about job order costing. Face-to-face na ta next meeting. So, Tuesday, mag-discuss pa ko sa chapter 2 niya a portion of what we already discussed in chapter 1 covers also the topic in chapter 2. But I will have additional discussion for chapter 2 about job order costing. Then probably by Thursday, on-site gihapon ta, face-to-face gihapon ta. First, mastery test covering chapter 1 and 2. Is that clear?
Yes, Miss.
Bring
Yes,
your
ma'am.
laptop with you on Thursday. I just hope nga our classroom, asa ta nga classroom 232 ba sa GR? Anawa inyong admission slip. I think it's room 232, second floor ata. Near the stairs matingay na ang 232. Near the stairs or near the CR? Paita sa near the CR manimaho ta kung mabaho ang CR. Sige, anyway, mao na atong plano for next week ha. Mag chapter 2 ta next week. Ya dayon by Tuesday, then by Thursday, kung mahuman si chapter 2, by Thursday mag mastery test ta sa chapter 1 and 2. Kay related raman ang 2 chapters. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this discussion recorded?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Dapat duha ka students ang mag-record separately ha. Maka-record man si kinsa to'y nag-open sa Gmeet. Sophia? Ikaw ba to?
I'm the one, ma'am.
Julia di ay. So, maka-record ka?
I assigned na student